Hey there, family and friends. The Hammond crew has a new video for you. This one especially for our awesome dad and grandpa. He's the one who taught us to hunt, to fish, to enjoy the outdoors, and to make good memories. We went out and did some archery practice. This is Abby's first year hunting. And the great thing about the youth tags here in Utah is if a youth, anyone under 17, gets a tag for any weapon, they can use that same tag for archery, for muzzleloader, and for the rifle season within that unit. Not to mention they can use it for the extended archery units as well. So we went out and did some shooting. I tried something new, like I held the phone between my fingers out in front of the bow, wondering what the possibility would be of actually filming one of my hunts. And as you can tell, it shakes around way too much. So yeah, that most likely will not be working, but hey, it was fun to get out and put some holes in some paper. Got us ready for the archery hunt. Archery 2018 opener day. I went out to a little spot I had looked at before in the season. There's a beautiful field and there's a trail leading to that field down to a watering hole on the other side, and I'd seen deer coming through there, and I'd even looked at the trail and there were fresh tracks on it, so I set up there for the morning and nothing. Absolutely nothing but big ants the size of my thumbnail. So I went ahead, and when it started getting hot, I just took off, went and took a nap in the car. Oh, best part of hunting right there. And went back to the watering hole, which is behind me in this picture. Drew back on a beautiful 2-point, huge 2-point, but two ATVs showed up and the thing jumped just as I took the shot and the arrow went right over its back. But hey, that's okay, because hunting with the kids is always better than hunting by myself anyway. So I went back with Kaylee first. She loved getting decked out in the camo. She painted her own face. Of course, their mom's a cosmetologist, so it makes sense that they would love that. And then I went back later with Abby and went to the same spot, the same place I'd gone for the opener, hoping to spot that 2-point buck again. Didn't see the buck, but sure had some fun with my girls. And up there's where we actually saw a 2-point buck a little bit later on. He was just way too far away.
We're in our low blind.
Now I'm going to freeze this just for a minute because I'm going to use a little clip art. Sorry I didn't have one of a deer, so I'm going to use an elk, even though that's not what we're hunting. The deer would start right up here, and up there's that field that I was set up before, and they'd come down toward the watering hole. Saw some does come down that day, but no bucks. The one buck higher up, which we weren't able to get to. But hey, that meant we were able to come back later for the muzzleloader hunt. This was Abby's first experience holding a firearm during a hunt. She did a great job.
I'm just hoping we see some deer, though. That watering hole's pretty dried up. I guess we'll find out. I love you, Abbi. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, hopefully you don't put on your friend's perfume right before hunting. You smell like a cute deer. Maybe. Maybe a cute deer smells more like body odor. So, do you know what caliber of muzzleloader you're shooting? 5.4. 54 caliber. 54 caliber. That is a big muzzleloader. I can handle it. Oh yeah, you can. Or maybe a cute deer smells like peaches.
Okay, guys, I have no idea how to explain this one. It's an inside joke that would take way too long to tell, but yeah, just to mention it, Peaches got her laughing. So we didn't see a cute deer that smelled like peaches, but we did see this. So we watched this moose for a good long while, and it must have been hurt. It limped. In fact, it really wouldn't even go down to the watering hole. It goes up to the edge, hesitates, and then just walks away. Yeah, scared was an understatement. That thing was 20 yards away. We actually called Fish and Game, and they tell them that there was an injured moose, and they said basically let nature take its course. But we also saw another moose too.
Do you guys see that guy?
Well, no, he's just showing he's boss. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's just raking those bushes.
Is he doing that to scare us?
Well, no, I usually, I don't know, get velvet off sometimes. I don't know if he has any velvet left.
Oh, he's looking at us.
And then sometime to kind of prove that they're boss. I don't know if this is rut season for moose or not. Oh my goodness. That's awesome, girls. He's a handsome moose.
Oh. Oh, wow. His bones? Those are bones. You're right.
His leggies.
Oh, he's...
Oh, we don't have a moose tag, sweetie. He's tall. So probably one of the highlights of the year is actually when we went to Wyoming. We donned our hunter's orange and went out in search of pronghorn. Abby had a 2-doe or fawn pronghorn tag, and she did a great job. So we got Abby's antelope. One of the two for her tags. It's got kind of cool little mini antlers. She has a 2-doe or fawn tag.
No black, so we know it's a doe.
Yeah, completely doe, no black at all. And so hey, this is actually pretty big as far as pronghorn goes. So good stuff, and he'll be absolutely awesome at eating. She did an amazing job, and she did really well. The second pronghorn in this picture, she actually shot while it was running. About a 100-yard shot. Thing toppled right over, and we were able to put 2 wonderful antelope in the freezer. We try to use as much of the antelope, as much as any animal as we can, just to, of course, show respect to the animal and our gratitude for being able to harvest it. So we figured we'd take every opportunity we could to fill Abby's tags, so she was actually able to do the rifle hunt as well. Interesting enough, they're wearing makeup because they had a Halloween party just earlier that morning at school. But we had a blast. I saw a lot of beautiful country, not many deer. How you doing, Abs? Awesome. Hey there, K-May. I like your bright orange. It really is.
It would be much colder in the mornings. They actually have frost on the ground.
It's true. So Kaylee's Blaze Orange is actually a soccer jersey for Abby's team, and hey, but it works well. It's just the right color, so we went ahead and had her wear it for extra safety. But really, it was just an excuse to get up and enjoy the mountains and to laugh quite a bit. We took with us some of the jerky we made from our antelope. So the highlight of the trip was just spending time with these awesome ladies. So I did go up for a quick solo hunt, just to try to fill my tag. The nice thing about the extended Wasatch area is it's deer of hunter's choice, so buck or doe, whatever you want to put in the freezer. I mentioned earlier how I was trying to figure out a way to film my own hunt, and this is actually the reason why right here. I was able to get a video of this deer coming in. Because I was holding it out in front of the bow, I couldn't really zoom in, but you can see him right there. And he's probably about 40 yards there. He's going to cut inward, and there's a clearing off to the left. That's exactly 35 yards. So I put my bow in that direction, used my 30-yard pin and put it just a few inches high. Said a little prayer. It's a beautiful doe. Big one of the biggest does I've seen come off that mountain, but filled the freezer and we made a lot of memories. So, of course, we went back to that same area with Abby for the last day of the archery hunt. We actually had to walk up through the snow to get up there, but it actually wasn't too cold, surprisingly. So we actually, right after blowing hot air for a minute, we stood up to stretch our legs, and I look over Abby's shoulder and I see that 2-point. It's zoomed so far in it's kind of hard to see the antlers. To be honest, it's a smaller 2-point. The antlers barely go beyond its ears. But then when you are on the last day of the hunt, your daughter's there with her bow in her hand, and you see that thing come in, it gets your adrenaline going, even if it is a small 2-point. You can see him right there.
posterity. I know I'm shaking. Hold out your hand for just a second. You're so awesome.
Sometimes the best stories and best memories are the hunts that don't bring home a deer.